Hey, music community, Jeff here again, and it is time to do another one of my little vinyl collection videos. I know, yes, I know, we're getting in there. Anyway, so this time around, as is titled, we're going to look at Keel, Ron Keel. Yes, and my Ron Keel collection. So, of course, Ron Keel, before he was solo, known as within the band Keel, he was in the band Steeler. Steeler, actually, before they were a California band, they were, I forget, were they in Tennessee? He lived, over on this side of the coast, and the band Steeler. And then he ended up going to California and putting together Steeler. But anyway, he recently reissued this a couple years ago. It's autographed by him. It's a copy of one of their early singles with American Metal and Let's Spend the Night Together, which they did do later in the actual Keel band. But Steeler, this is some of the early recordings, a single of the early recordings when the band, before they became the Malmsteen band, Steeler here. So go to California, put together this Steeler. This, of course, is the recent Record Store Day one from a month or two ago on Red. Yeah, whatever. I can show everything here. So this is the Steeler reissued when he moved to California, put together that band Steeler. And I do still have my OG copy on the black shrapnel label of that. Still on the shrink as far as, it's on there, but I should rip that off. Don't know why that stayed on there. Anyway, my Steelers. Okay, so that's where Keel finally kind of broke to the world. Now, I don't have the very first Keel album, Lay Down the Law. It's the only one I seem to be missing. One of my favorites, too, but it's on shrapnel, and it's not as easily available, or not as readily available, it seems like. So we jump right into The Right to Rock. This was really, put them on a major label, MTV, Gene Simmons involved, blah, blah, blah. And we got the first album. Most people think this is the first album, but of course, it's the first major album that really put him on the map. So there we go. Followed by, I believe they've got them in the right order, Final Frontier. I may have these in the wrong order. Ignore the order. Final Frontier. And these are all, melodic metal of the 80s. Great stuff. He's a powerhouse vocalist. Now we're going to go with this order. And then this Keel, with the hype. The hype is actually on the cover, which makes me think, yep, gold stamp promo. All right, makes sense. This is a gold stamp promo. I was about to say the hype was on the cover on that one. There you go. Gold stamp promo with the hype on the cover. Larger than live. We got half live, half studio. Great songs on here. So grab that. Then then the band kind of basically ended after that, and then a handful of years later came back with a couple albums, Back in Action, with most of the original members coming back. And then these were recent vinyl reissues, like in the past year or two, on Night of the Vinyl Dead, numbered only 400 copies. I got 349 of 400. So these are nice that they reissued this one on vinyl, as well as Streets of Rock and Roll. So that pretty much completed my Keel vinyl collection, minus the very first album. But this is all the other ones. And oh yeah, I guess that one's autographed too. Bought that right from Keel himself, directly from his site. And then he went on to do he's done some country stuff under Ronnie Keel. He did a band called Iron Horse, which was Southern rock. I have all of those on CD. I don't know if any of those are available on vinyl. Then he came back as just Ron Keel. He's done Metal Cowboy. I'm thinking I've got the only two main ones he's got here. So Metal Cowboy. This came out a handful of years ago, and then it just got reissued on vinyl not too terribly long ago. I'm thinking that's this one anyway. Metal Cowboy. And so it's a little different from the 80s Keel. It's got a little of a Southern rock flair. It's still hard rocking like Keel, but it's got a Southern rock flair at times. Not as country as his country stuff. Not as metal as, his earlier 80s melodic metal stuff, but kind of a melding of the two. A very metallic, Southern, hard bluesy rock. Fight Like a Band is the most recent. He has released some EPs, CDs with some other songs, but this is like the last major album. And yeah, so great stuff. There you go. Ron Keel, and all of the stuff involved with his vocals that I have on vinyl. Thanks a lot for watching. Rock on and rock hard.